Okay, good. Make sure we get Nikki in. This is our local media person who did a great job in balancing reporting the stories. So.
I have a question for Brian. I guess it would be you that would know this. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I had a neighbor, the two water wells, one, they're about 30 feet apart, and one of the neighbors went to drill a water well. Apparently got interference from the other water well, and both of them turned black.
Oh, sure.
How prevalent is that as far as gas drilling? Because I know you're using a bigger angular space, and you're going through the action.
Right. Well, the ability for a natural gas well during the drilling process impact a private residential well. That issue is typically associated with either what's called loss of circulation, where while they're drilling, the cuttings and things like that don't come back out of the hole. They push back into the formation. The key changes that have occurred are the gas companies have switched to just drilling with air, with very little water, and definitely not using any kind of muds in the freshwater system to prevent that forced migration. The other thing that does that is making sure the cement casing is adequate in that zone to protect that. And finally, probably the biggest change has been the actual use of closed loop drilling. Getting rid of the line pits, taking the cuttings that come back out, collecting them in a container, collecting any kind of fluids in a container rather than using a line pit. Those things have gone a long way to prevent that from happening. That does happen with residential well drilling where you can mud up another well just a short distance away. That's very common. The other solution to that is one of the reasons why baseline testing is critical, because that can happen. It's usually a short-term thing, and it's really obvious when that occurs. But it's one of the reasons why baseline testing is done. Recent change in the oil and gas law is the drillers are now liable if something occurs within 2,500 feet, and I believe it's 1 year, where they're assumed liable for that. So again, you get your baseline testing done now, have them come in and do it. And if you need help explaining it, we do that for free. That kind of information. We'll look at it for you, tell you what the results mean. No charge. If you need to do other parameters, we'll tell you what those are and help you move forward.